Today's video is probably going to be quite messy, but the reason why I'm here is I want to go over my plans for next year. Like, I have notes about my plans for next year everywhere. Like, I have it here, I have it here, but I am still not 100% confident. In like 2 days or so, the Hobonichi store will be open. I want a specific cover. It's a spring edition cover, and I noticed that a lot of people also want the cover, and because it's a spring edition, they are not gonna restock it. So that's the only reason why I'm placing it as soon as I can. But if it's your first time buying Hobonichi, as soon as they release the lineup, you don't need to worry about that. They always restock things, unless it's something that was there previously, something that is not part of the new lineup, just like the cover that I want to get. So it's better to get as soon as possible. But if it's part of the 2025 lineup, then they will probably restock it. 99% of chance. I have some notes here. Let me get a different pen. So what I need for next year, what I really need is a planner companion, and then a journal. Those are the 3 things that I really need. For my planner, I want the A6, and I think I'll be getting the AVAC. I want to have my planner and my journal together. I have done that before, and I really enjoy it. So I don't have an A6 cover here to show you now, but I had AVAC A6 with the Hobonichi notebook A6 together in one cover. And because it's half of the year and then just a notebook, they basically are the same size as the A6 original. So it's very compact, and I can have my planner and my journal with me. So I have done that before, and I know that I like it. And then the planner companion is because, so this is the home. So it's basically the original, the A6 original with hardcover. And by the way, it does lay flat. So a lot of people wondering if it lays flat, and yes, it does lay flat. Even here at the beginning, it lays flat as it can, because you can see that here is much thicker, right? But yeah, it lays flat. No problem at all writing here. No problem. Very nice book. Anyway, so my problem is that although I'm not a weekly planner, I do need to have a weekly view, and I need to have a place for everything that I need to get done that month and that week. I guess I could use like this blank page that we have in the beginning of the month, but that's not enough space, and things might change from week to week. So I don't feel that this is ideal. I wish I had my previous planner here to show you, the one that I used in 2023, but I don't. I moved to a different country, and I just don't have that anymore with me. It's back home. But something that I did was use the pages that happen to be blank as my week overview, and I would have 2 weeks there, 2 whole weeks together, and I really liked it. And then for the second half of the year, because I was like, I'm gonna be super consistent, I'm not gonna leave any blank pages. I tried to take pages from this like memo notebook from Hobonichi, and I took pages from here and glued to the beginning of the month to use as my weekly overview. And I thought that was a great idea, but no, I hated it. I hated having like just random, like just something that does not belong here attached to it. Flipping through it was not nice. Maybe it was the way that I taped the page. I don't know, but I just didn't like it. So that's not an option for me this year. Because I do need to have this kind of weekly overview. We'll need a planner companion or just like a planner extension. So I will be getting some kind of notebook for that. This memo pads. So I will just add here. Or that new notebook that they have. Graph notebook, I think that's what they call, I don't know. But it's the graph notebook. And here, this one, I have more pages than this. So I can maybe have a whole year on this one. And then if I use the memo notebook, I would have to change notebooks. At least I would have to use, I don't know, I would have to use more than one for a year. At least two, probably. I should also add here is what I'm gonna be getting, or what I'm thinking of getting as my cover. I want two covers. Actually, I got my eyes on three, but of course I just cannot afford all that. I also have no reason to buy three. But the one that I want the most, I think, is the bread floating in the wind, the one with the cats. So I want the bread plus cats cover. But I also really like the travel journal, the one from that artist. You probably know, I don't remember her name. And I wasn't going to get this one, but I just cannot not get it. I feel like if I don't get it, I will really regret it. I don't really love how it's red inside, but I just feel like I'm gonna regret it so much if I don't get it. I just really need to get it to get over it, and maybe if I don't like it, I will try to resell it. Because I think it's gonna be a very popular cover. I think a lot of people are gonna get that one. Then one I'm gonna use as for my planner and my journal, and the other one I can use for the other journals. That because everything you'll be getting, except most things here are A6 size. Let's go to journal. Okay, so last year, oh sorry, we are still in 2024. Okay, so this year was not good when it comes to planning and also journaling. Hate is very strong, but I just was very displeased with my choices. Just go over very quickly. So in the beginning of the year, I got okay. In the beginning of the year, I got the cousin of it to use as my journal and my commonplace. And of course, I do have the second half of the year. So I have two planners here that I basically didn't use. I used the first half of the year because I thought that was going to work for me, but it didn't work. So the other half of the year is pretty much empty. And I'm thinking that I'll just use this to save some money. But I'll get there. Sorry, I'll get there at some point. I got just a blank notebook. So I got just a blank gray notebook to use as my journal. And this has been working so far, because the only thing that I need to do here to make it work is write. So, however, I still have the dream of making things more complicated for me. I just realized that maybe you can't really see what I'm writing. Yeah, maybe that's better. Sorry. I want to try memory keeping but in art format. So I want to draw. I want to make art. I want to paint. I want to be an artist, okay? And I want to do that on my journal. Although I hated having other things with my journal. But it's memory keeping, right? So it makes sense. So before, let me show you. I convinced myself that it was not a good idea to have, where is it? Here. So I convinced myself that it was not a good idea to have two journals, one for long form writing and one for memory keeping. Just like everyday memory keeping. The memory keeping would also be something like happy things. I don't want to just memory keep like so I'm a very ungrateful bitch, and I just need to find happy things to be grateful for. And that's what I've been trying to do. I have tried before. I wasn't very successful, but recently I'm being more successful. So you can see my hearts here, maybe. Yes, you can see it. So those are all things that I'm happy, like little happy things. I had fun studying Japanese. I rewatched season 7 and 6 of The Office. I got donuts, small things like that, and that's nice. That's fun. I want to have something like that, but also have some art going on. More something similar to what I have right now, but only happy things, and then at the end I would have a page only for visual things, visual happy things that I would draw myself. And to make that happen, I first need to become an artist. I need to learn how to draw. So yes, I'm very delusional. My expectations for my journal and for myself are very high right now. But art is something that I've been trying to work on. It's something that I want to incorporate more in my life. So I will try something like that. Something like that for happy things. So happy things, happy things, happy things, happy things. I think I'll be getting the A6 day free. And the reason why is because I also want to track my interests and things like that. And I don't want to have sorry. My lamp almost killed me. I don't want to have to draw everything myself. So here, for example, I don't want to have to draw this. This is too much. And then the calendar section. I don't want to have to draw this. I just want to fill in the information. And that's how I'll be using, or very similar, something very similar to this, is how I want to use the calendar of the A6 to track my interests. My interest. Let me just put it here so I don't kill myself again. So I'm thinking about the A6 day free. The only drawback is, one, I don't know if it's gonna work because it's a whole new plan, and I'm also involving memory keeping and art, which I have not done before. And when I did, and maybe you have noticed it here, when I did try to make some kind of art, which looks very ugly by the way, and it was with my journaling, I hate it because I don't like having my journal with other things. And I know that I'm saying that, and what I'm telling you that I'm gonna do is exactly the opposite. But life is a mystery. Life is a mystery, and you have to try things to find out what happens. It's not I'm worried it's not gonna be enough pages. I'm checking here how many pages the notebook has. 100 and 171 pages. Is that the blank pages, the notebook pages, or everything? I don't know. I was flirting with the idea of getting 2 A6 day free, but one, I don't know if it's gonna work. Two, I don't have enough money. So yeah, those are my reasons. So I think I would just get one A6 day free, because I don't know if it's gonna work. Let's go to the ink journal. Do I have a fountain pen right now? No. Do I have inks right now? No. Do I have money to buy them? Also no. Do I want to buy them? Yes. Yes. Do I plan on buying them? Okay, that's enough question. I want to get into fountain pens, but right now I don't have the money for that. I'm already going to spend a lot of money on Hobonichi. I don't have a job. I can't really justify buying more stationery. I just really need the Hobonichi because it's like my core system. It's very important for me, and it's a hobby, something that makes me happy, something that brings me joy. It's something that keeps me on track, keeps me organized, and keeps my emotional health on track. So this is very important for me. So I am spending money on Hobonichi, although I don't really have more money coming in. I'm just spending the money. Yeah. But okay, all that to say, in the future, I hope that I can get fountain pen and inks. I want to have everything on a spreadsheet, Google spreadsheet, that I thought was going to be much easier to use, but I'm not the kind of person that knows how to use this thing. All that to say that I don't have I don't have the name of the notebook, but it's the same from the same artist. I have the name here. Makino Botanical Garden notebook, also A6 size. I'll be using probably the travel journal cover for my ink journal. Yes, let's make it more messy than it already is. So it looks like I'm pointing to this one. Okay, so the next one is an everything journal, and what I mean by that is something like what I have. Let me zoom you out again. Something like I have here on the back of my wigs. So some people would call this a commonplace. I wouldn't call this a commonplace. I think it's more like a random notes kind of notebook. I don't know. It has lists. Like books that got, yes, my lists are very, like, the title is very, so books that caught my attention, project list, ink list, what I'm looking for in an ink, notebook plans. So it's just like random notes, like things that I need or things that I want to reference back. It's not only lists, I also have ideas here. So I don't know what to call. I just call it everything journal, but I could also call it a notes journal, I guess, or a notes notebook. I think I'll be using the free notebook. I'm kind of torn between using this or the graph notebook for my notes journal or everything journal, and vice versa. Like, I don't know if I should use this one as my planner companion because maybe it has more pages, but would I need more pages for my everything journal instead? I don't know. I think that's something that I will decide only when I have them in my hands. I think I need to figure this out. Like, I need to have, I don't know. Yeah, anyway, I just need something to write things. I just describe any kind of notebook. Great. I just need something like this, like what I have here on the back. I just need something to keep my notes and lists and ideas and things like that. Let's go to the next one. So a real commonplace. And what I mean by that is, well, I don't know. But yeah, something that I can rewrite things. I can, some place for me to write things that I'm learning. So just an example, let me zoom out. I have a book here that I'm reading, and I have some notes, like transcribe some of the things here. So instead of thinking myself what I'm writing, I will write the passage and then add some notes, my own notes. Then the last thing that I have is fun, writing with fountain pen that I don't have, but I will in the future when I have money. I'm gonna, yeah. So this is boop. Okay. So the first thing that I have here, books and TV shows notes and reviews. So I just finished a book and I wanted to write about it. I started using my previous notebook for that. June I have as my book, TV shows, review kind of section. And then April and May I have things that I'm learning and interest, things like that. And a place for me to have fun. I found a pen that I don't have. I think I'll be using the second half of 2024 next year for that. My dream notebook for this would be the Makino Botanical Garden. The notebook, the A5 notebook. A5 size is gonna work because it's just gonna stay at home. I really want to get the Makino, but I'll just use this because I can save some money. And I just have like a whole empty notebook. And you know, if you have empty or a blank planner that you didn't use in previous years, you could do that, but you can just use it as a regular notebook. That's what I'm gonna do. Got this Midori notebook. I can use this notebook for that in the future if I need. So there is that. The last thing that I have here is my cat's journal, which I'll be using this one. I think I'll be using this. So what I want to do here is just dedicate this journal to my cats. That's my plan. Let's see what happens. So none of this I will be buying, only the ones highlighted in pink I'll be getting. The A6 of that, the bread and cats cover, the travel journal cover, and the graph notebook. I will also be getting an A6 day free, and that's all that I really need. I will also be getting a Hobonichi graph notebook with the cats to use as my journal in case I cannot use the A6 with my art memory keeping and my long form writing together. I'm not sure if I can, if I will feel okay doing that. So in case I don't, I'll have this spare notebook, and everything else that I'll be getting will be just like miscellaneous stuff. I'll also be getting that new pen case that Hobonichi came out with in combo color. I really wanted to get some tape, but I'm not sure if I will get any more because I had to leave out a lot of things that I wanted to get because it was getting too expensive. And I feel like the tape is not really that, it's not really a priority, and it's like $6, so will $6 really make that big difference? Will it? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sad on what I'll be getting. Only the tapes. I'm not totally sure. That's it. I think that's it. And by the way, I know my nails are very ugly. I know. I am really sorry that you have to look at my ugly nails. And I know I keep moving a lot. It's because I need to talk with my hands. Yuck. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know what do you think of my plans. I think it's not, I don't know, but let me know what you're gonna do. Maybe you have better ideas than I. Okay, boo 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 boo. Thank you so much for being here again. I'll see you on the next one, maybe. Okay, bye bye.